Okay, welcome to Angela Jane Presents. I am Angela Jane, and with me today I have a very special guest, and without further ado, I will let him introduce himself.
I'm Mark Pauletto, a handyman.
Okay. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Thank you.
And I've got a few questions that I've gotten from the audience and out and about, and glad to have you on the show. So, as a handyman, what are the basic tools you use?
Hammers. A little finished cat's paw. Then this guy is a little cat's paw. This is for trim, like around the doors and windows, the little nails, the little thin trim. See how thin he is right there? This pulls out the nice nails that way. This is a bigger cat's paw. This is pulling out bigger nails. And use a finish hammer to pound this in there underneath the nails and pry it out this way or this way. Because you can't get them out with a hammer. They're pounded and they're flat into the wood. That's how you can dig them out with these suckers. It's really good. This is more of a framing hammer because the waffle face right here, it grabs the nail a little more as you hit it, so it doesn't slip off like this. If the head is a little crooked, the nail head's a little crooked, go off the side. This will put off the side. This will drive it more straight in. These are also good for pounding nails that are out sticking out of the wood. When the nail's sticking up like this, you hit it on here, it stays in this area. If the nail's a bit sloped, it'll still stay in here pretty well. If you have a nail sticking up on a slope like this, it goes off, the nail bends real quick and doesn't go backwards. Handy little things you learn in life.
Or when you're using it and it slips off the nail and it hits your own nail.
Yeah. Don't swing too hard when you're using this one. It's the longer handle on it and the curve. I like this one. I was used to wood ones for years, but I like this one anyway because it has a shock absorbent handle right here. The wood takes the shock out where the steel doesn't, but this steel is pretty good. But I like the curve of this because it fits your hand better instead of the straight one like that. This is much better because you can get in there tapping below with a 16-pound nail real easy, as long as you're accurate with your fingers and rear hitting. Can be painful. But also, you know, when you're making forms out there for concrete around the yard and the shovel didn't get down low enough, you can take this, hit this in the dirt, and dig the dirt out with the claws. The claws right here. It works out great. That way you go down to an inch or two real quick and easy versus going and getting a shovel and digging it out. A pry bar. And these type of vice grips, they're alligator grips. They grab onto pipes and things really well. Another set there. And different vice grips. Then your different vice grips are neat. Some are like the needle nose, you reach in there, and some are a little bigger. For those nuts and bolts that are kind of worn out, rounded, can't grab with something else. Or grabbing pipe or squeezing held on to things where you nail and staple things together. A keyhole saw. Sometimes tin snips. Penny knives. Crescent wrenches. And the multi-use tools, very nice. Because you got flathead and Phillips.
Tell me about that.
This is nice because you have a number 2 Phillips right here for Phillips driving. Or you can turn over here to number 1 Phillips, which is in here. Little one's right there. Then you got the little flathead right here. Or you turn over and you got the bigger flathead right here. But then also this is a nut driver right here, this size. And this size is a smaller nut driver right here.
Oh, nice.
So it's like 6 tools in one. It's really cool. Very handy. But I like these kind of pliers because they lock in place here. And when you grab something, like you're grabbing this, you just basically push down on the top. You don't have to squeeze real hard. Vice grips you always have to hold real hard. These you don't have to hold real hard. It's really nice. They hang on really good. Better than a pipe wrench. That's why I like these so much. Another pliers. You see, if you get it right here, you can cut wire right here, like that. You put out to grab bigger things right here too. So the pliers are very, very different types of pliers, but they'll have their good use to them. Needle nose pliers are nice too. I've had these for years, as you can tell. Grab all sorts of things, pull little nails out, reach in little cracks and stuff like that to pull things out. Very handy.
And when you go fishing, good for getting the hooks out of the fish's mouth.
Or make slivers out of your own finger. Anyway. Then this little brad puller is nice too for taking trim off and pull little nails. Really nice for just a little guy. See, it's a little dinky guy. Kind of got some dirty on him right now. But he's good. And then a little level here. This one's magnetic. So it'll stick to, if it's flat enough there. There. So you can tell your level, make sure you're this way or a 45. So it works out good. Here's a wood rasp. See, it's kind of rounded right here on this side and this side. One's rougher than the other, then this side's flat. Takes the wood down real good. When you got tight areas of wood binding or something needs to be taken off because the water swelled it up or something, really handy for that. Then just a little triangular file. It works good for sharpening little things. Then a brush for cleaning things is well used. Might clean off pipe threads, clean little grits and stuff things off the paint or whatever, paint off the windows and stuff like that. They just want to repaint the trim. Another pair of tin stamps, little ones. Pretty good little monsters. Some more files, a carpenter square. It's good for drawing lines across the board to cut square or a 45. You know how to use these for a variety of reasons. Making a line will go 4 inches here, and then I can guide it along the wood right here, and then the pencil right here makes that line along there so that I'm 4 inches over. That's one way to do it. Printing shears. Handy to have, because as a handyman, you're around the house, you see vegetation, plant life rubbing against the house. You know that it shouldn't, because it's going to wear the paint off. It just does. The wind blows and it's going to wear the paint off. So you get there and nip a few little limbs off. It works out good. Usually I like to have the limbs and brush away from the house 18 inches to 2 feet just because of fire danger. We're in summertime, right? You got to keep those things away. Just think, if you're the house, if you stood close to one of those burning bushes, how long would you just want to stand there? You get burnt. I bet you do. And I do like this type of saw too, for putting those bushes and stuff away from your house. It's a very aggressive blade by Corona, and it cuts really well. You don't always need an electric chainsaw or a gas-powered saw to cut a 4 or 6 inch branch. It takes a little time to cut it, but it cuts really well. So I love it. I have these saws in all my rigs. Just because if there's a downed tree across the road, you need to get up somebody's driveway or something, you got a way to get there. A small little pry bar there, and a cute little chisel here. It's a good one for digging out those parts of wood that are sticking up too high. You get this with your hand or with a hammer to take out those small little areas. Pretty handy. Little C-clamp, holding things together while you hold a piece of plywood down while you're cutting it. Hold it down here. It's just not a big piece, but a small piece. That way something secure holding besides just your hand, because you don't want it to jump out with you when you're on the saw. Use it for a variety of things. To punch things down the holes, like bolts are sticking up or something. You get the bolt pounded down with the hammer, and then you pinch this bolt, this all the way through the wood to get the bolt out of the wood.
So what is your favorite tool?
Probably a hammer.
Which hammer?
Boy, that's a tough one. But I like this one best, probably, just because of the length on it and the shape right here. Because that's what fits in your hand. I mean, that fits there so well. It feels right, you know, instead of just a straight handle. The wooden ones are always straight handles too, but this one, this being rubber here on the steel, has the anti-vibe on it. It just feels good in here. You know where your hammer is because it fits in that part of your hand. That's what I like about that.
So what kind of jobs do you do?
I help people out, cleaning up around the house, repairing windows, replacing windows, things like that, fixing the trim. You have to look at the house like you're a rodent or your water or wind, because that's what's going to ruin the house. So you got to look at that like a rodent would crawl in between here and dig this out. Well, it's going to get in your insulation. They're going to ruin your insulation value, right?
Yeah.
And the wind's going to be blowing water up in the wrong places. That's where you get caulking. You nail things on there, put caulking on there. You clean up, put caulking there to keep your house good. Or else you're not doing proper maintenance on your house. Then it's not going to work.
That would explain a few things, huh?
Oh yeah, and bugs too. Insects.
So, wind and water, but the wind helps blow the water into it. So
Into
in a
certain
way,
places, yes.
Okay.
Because you think about it, wind move, it makes the waves on the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If there's water coming down off the rain, like off the roof like this raining, wind can blow back up and underneath things.
Oh, okay. So you'd want to put like caulking and
Caulking
silicone,
under certain areas, yes.
so it doesn't backlash,
It
go
doesn't
in
come up there.
and rot down,
It can rot your wood, yes.
which lets in bugs and rodents.
Yep.
So they all work together.
Quite a
In
team.
a way.
Quite a team.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's a team.
That is a team.
Oh, what do you enjoy most about being a handyman?
Helping people improve their place so they feel good about where they live, to feel like safe, it's comfortable, it's not windy and breezy and going to fall over. So they feel safe at night, feel good about where they are at. I mean, it helps your mental attitude a whole lot, right?
And if you're not into the little critter pets, hearing them at night.
Four-legged, six-legged, eight-legged, they can stay outside. So anyway, kids would be neat to have these things. I did when I was growing up, had tools like this to play with, and nails and blocks and stuff, just scrap wood, not on the house. Scrap wood, and you learn how to use these tools. It helps you later on in life, fixing for your own thing or somebody else's stuff. Learn some skills like this, because tradespeople are needed, always. And you see something wrong around your house, you can fix it instead of going hiring somebody that doesn't want to fix it or does know. It goes the other way. But the more knowledge you have, the better you're going to feel about yourself and take care of yourself and your place. Keep your value up. Keep your home improved. And you get to do those little hobbies, from building, little fixing your house to doing go-karts or whatever else. It'd be a fun thing to do. But it's a variety of tools. You gotta know how to use them. But it's nice to start off as a kid using these things like I did. Then you know about the hammer. You got the experience. You know how it swings. You know the weight of it. You know it hit the nail a certain way, and how the grain of the wood will sometimes change how the nail goes through it. Because you have a board, if you have a board like this and the grain is going like this, your nail might just go sideways because the grain is so hard, the soft and hard parts. But you get the nail throwing straight, and you're far enough, then it'll continue to go straight. And if you got problems, you make a little drill, you get a drill and drill a hole down there so you know you're going straight. It's called patting a hole.
So I start off with a little hammer and make sure that I don't
get your fingers. No, you'll learn with that.
Well, see, that's the learning curve.
Then there's always hold the nail with a pair of pliers and hammer it in that way.
Okay, good tip. Do you have any other tips with the tools?
There are some roofing nails for composition single roofings. They're only about this tall. You hold them between here and here, so it's flat like this, so you can tap them in and then get out. Because my thumb and finger are a whole lot bigger than that. Than like
so
this.
Okay, so hold.
You put the nail right here between your fingers.
Okay.
You hold it right there, the head's above it, and you tap it in there so it stays, and then you put it in there. That's when you get those short nails. They're about ½ inch to 3/4 inch tall.
Oh, okay.
It works out well that way. Oh, your thumb is thanking you many times over.
You can tell. Look at the thumb. It's scar tissue. It does not go away.
That's bad. That's tough.
But I know how to hammer now.
I bet you do.
With us. How much does that bag weigh?
Oh, 30, 40 pounds at least.
Wow.
That's a lot of steel in there.
So basically it helps keep you fit?
Yeah. Heavier than most purses too.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else you want to do?
I have a tape on here too.
Oh, I forgot
It's handy to keep the tape on the side. Oh, that's the other thing, yeah.
Yeah.
This tape here is measured off right here so you can see the eighths of an inch. Many people don't know how to read a tape. If you look at the top part, you've got the little lines right here. But you look at the bottom, they label them. So when people measure off 7 7/8, you can find it on here.
Oh, cool.
Because people can read what the dimensions are. Not all tapes have this. It's pretty cool. The lines between them down here is 16ths. Maybe even 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. But anyway, there's a good tape to have that have these numbers on here because some instructions say cut the board this distance or whatever thickness or width. But here you can see what it is if you don't know about reading the tape up on top. So it's a handy little thing to have.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So you look at it and there's 1/2 inch and 3/8 and all this stuff like that. There's a line, but corresponding at the top, the same thing. The lines between them down here is 16ths. Maybe even 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, now let's see. Did I go through all my questions? You can tell, that's the cut part. Okay, cut. Stick the finger up the nose, you know when to cut it. That's my own little thing for me.
That works, that works.
Let's see, basic tools. We did the show and tell. What you enjoy most.